Okay, in this lesson, we're going to talk about zone formation and use what we have learned about base and leg candles in order to identify the three elements that make up a zone. So, moving from left to right, you can look at a couple of these examples here. All supply and demand zones make up three elements: a leg in, followed by a base, followed by a leg out. The leg in candle is always the candle prior to the base, which extends beyond the range of the base. Now, the base will always be found between the leg in and leg out candles. The base is where we will find our stack of unfilled orders. The leg out candle is always the candle after the base and extends beyond the range of the base. We look to see that the leg out has an explosive move to the upside or downside equal to or greater than 2 to 1. All right. The leg out is significant because it determines the type of zone that it leaves behind. So, if the leg out of the base is a rally, then it leaves behind a demand zone. This means the unfilled orders in the base are unfilled buy orders. Okay? If the leg out of the base is a drop, then it leaves behind a supply zone. And that would mean the unfilled orders in the base are unfilled sell orders. Now, the key to identifying zones are going to be: one, there will be a change of direction, which means that there is a change between the leg and the base candle. And two, small body base candles will be followed by tall body leg candles. Now, these formations identify a change in direction or a continued upward or downward momentum in the same direction and can be identified in any given time frame. So, if we pull up a chart, we'll see if we can identify some of these formations. So again, this would be rally, base, drop, or otherwise RBD. This one here is a drop, base, drop, otherwise known as a DBD. This one here is a drop, base, rally, otherwise known as a DBR. And this one here is a rally, base, rally, otherwise RBR. All right, so let's pull up a chart and see if we can identify them. So we'll look at this section here. All right, so here we can see there's a drop, kind of bases a little bit, and then it comes up. So if we just take this section here, we could say that this is a drop, base, rally. This long candle here would be the leg out. This long candle here would be the leg in. And this would be our one single basing candle. Okay? So these two candles extend the range of this candle here. And this candle is our one individual basing candle. Okay? Let's take a look at this section here. We have our leg up. We have some basing here. If you notice, all of these candles, this entire section, close within the range of one another. This candle closes here within the range of this candle. Remember, the range is going to be, the range will include the wicks. So this candle, bottom of the wick to the top of the wick, is the entire range of the candle. This candle closes in the range of this candle, as does this candle, as does this candle, as does this candle. So all of these candles here would be included in the base. This might be considered a leg candle, but if you come over, all of these candles close within the range of another. So these candles would also be considered a part of a base. Now, this is probably one of the first times that we've identified it, but it is possible to have bases, or rather two zones, stacked on top of each other. So here we have, this would be a leg out candle, as we identified a leg out candle here, and all of these candles are basing. This would be a zone, and this would be another zone. Okay? Let's pull up one more. Let's try NVIDIA. Looks like I'd already charted this out earlier. So here we see candles coming down. This would be the leg in. This would be the one basing candle. This would be the leg out. If we look at this formation, this would be a rally. This pullback would be considered the base right in this area here. And then this would be the move out. So this would be considered a leg candle, and this would be considered a leg candle. This portion here would be considered a rally, base, rally. Okay? Now it will take some time to identify these formations. Sometimes they'll be easier to recognize than others, but you want to be able to pull up a chart and identify any one of these formations. It is these formations that are going to identify where we can find our unfilled orders, and that is going to determine where we identify our zones as well as our limit orders and stop losses. So before you move on, memorize the terminology associated with the three elements of a formation. Go to any chart on your preferred trading platform and practice identifying the leg in, the base, and the leg out of a demand zone, as well as the leg in, the base, and leg out of a supply zone. And I'll see you in the next video.